He got banned for no reason. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and he used to be really sarcastic and mean like.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. It's like you don't have to watch shit. You don't have to read shit. Nobody's forcing this stuff down your eyes. Censorship is fascism.
In a way, it is.
That's all it's ridiculous.
Pretty sure Hitler was the one who made it. Big censorship guy, burning books and all that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody just needs to go on vacation from all this crap.
Yeah.
Crapola.
We could go on vacation from it. But then, it's like
I already am on vacation.
If you go on vacation, yeah. Who knows? There's so much shit going on though. It's fun to just kind of stay in touch with it. You don't want to dive deep. That's what scares me, is diving too deep. You can get obsessed with this shit and then you end up like Alex Jones, just screaming and fucking
getting about everything. Human pig hybrids.
Oh man, just screaming. That's another thing, man. He was really like I think during that show, Joe was like, I'll let you come on, but I want you to spew the most batshit craziest stuff you have and just go off on it. Because it's like a lot of the stuff that he was talking about, he covered in the last show too, or he was talking about in the last show. A lot of the interdimensional stuff, so much interdimensional shit. And it's a shame because a lot of the stuff he says was actually making sense, but it's just going to get glossed over because it's Alex Jones, a raving lunatic.
So you accept space as a source of these things versus an interdimensional source?
Oh no, it's totally it's here. No, it's not space. No way. No, everything is either coming from here or it's on some sort of parallel plane to ours. But I don't. Yeah, and no, there's no entities coming from billions of light years away or whatever. That's crazy. Everything is here. Or if they are billions of light years away, they're traveling through some sort of portal or hole. Like I don't see anything physically possible being able to travel through whatever spaces. Who even knows? Like I don't know.
You haven't seen Interstellar?
Oh, I've seen Interstellar, but I've seen a lot of movies too.
I feel like I heard something recently about like who did the soundtrack for Interstellar. Wasn't there some good musicians on? Or no, never mind. But also not never mind. I told you guys about a book I got, and it talks about like it's called Unhinged Recording or something or other, and it's this girl who's been in the recording business, and I think she spotlights someone who did the soundtrack for Interstellar. It's a pretty cool book. I should actually kind of go find it because it talks about some of your favorite albums that you hear in the past. And just like the little details of like how they recorded certain things. So they'll talk about like Nirvana's Nevermind and how they recorded a certain part, and just crazy little quirky anecdotes, and talking about like throwing pianos off cliffs and throwing guitars off cliffs and recording the feedback.
Can someone hold a piano on top of you?
For what reason?
Never. Throw it off a cliff.
Oh, like cliff wall.
This may seem to be a strange request.
I'm gonna go.
Guys, we got some confirmation from the chats. Justin just says, "Of course you can buy meat on Sundays, but he hears that there are some places in the state where you can't buy it, but you can never find out where." And also he claims you can't buy mattresses on Sunday, which he just did. So lock him up. So who knows, man? There's
the shadow.
There's crazy laws in Washington.
That's wild.
Municipality laws, just nonsense.
I was in Myrtle Beach once, and whatever state what state is that? South or North Carolina? I can never remember.
Myrtle Beach is north, I think.
Okay, so we went it's north.
I don't fucking.
I think it's in North Carolina, and we went into South Carolina because it's right on the border for a meal, like breakfast, and it was Sunday, and you can't buy liquor, or it might have been every day. I can't remember. This was 20 years ago. They only sold liquor in like airplane bottles.
Really?
Yeah. So if you ordered like 2 gin and tonics, you'd get two 2 glasses of tonic and 2 little bottles of gin.
Jeez. Well, they finally this year, or 2018, last year, they finally passed the law in Indiana where you can buy alcohol on Sundays. We used to not be able to buy it at all, but it's only from like noon till 8 o'clock. Like there's an 8-hour window you can get.
What the fuck were they thinking,
dude?
Why are there retarded people running this country? That's what I want to know. I just I'm really sick of it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They're just trying to save yourself from yourself.
I went down to you go ahead. But I went down to Kentucky to like down to Mammoth Cave on vacation like 10 years ago, and I was like, all right, we're gonna get some booze, and I had to drive like 4 counties over because there's nothing but dry counties, like just dry county after. And then like the one liquor store we finally got to was off the expressway, and it was like, dude, it was like a compound, like going in there, like it was so weird. You have to like swipe your ID to get in and shit. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. Then you had to ferment some moonshine.
We just started stomping grapes and making our own wine. Like it got ridiculous.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is like weird. And when I lived there, you couldn't buy like you can only buy beer from a beer distributor, and you couldn't buy it like from a gas station or anything like that. So any beer you did buy, they had these like drive-through things all over in beer world. So you had to buy like massive quantities of it. Like if you were to buy a 6-pack, like you'd have to go to a bar and buy it per bottle. Yeah, it was kind of stupid. But there was one of those drive-through things down from our house the one I lived in. We had just pop the trunk, be like, yeah, throw in a case of Rolling Rock. Fucking Pennsylvania's finest watered down ale. In Iron City. Y'all know what I'm talking about down there.
I know what you're talking about.
Iron City. Yeah, Iron City.
Iron City.
You guys are looking to get OPDM on Cruzin Mistake one of these days here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were talking to Mike the other week. Just got to get back with him.
I just talked to him. I called into the show Saturday morning. And
oh, did you? How did I miss that?
I did actually.
Towards the end of the show?
A couple of weeks, we'll figure it out.
They said that you sounded like one of the little sound bites that they play all the time. Which one was it?
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's told me that before. It was the oh god, I can think of that off the top of my head too. I don't remember right now. I'll think of it in a minute.
Yeah, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
Just slap all your fingers onto the table all at once. See which one pops up.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Multiple choice. Just smash your fingers.
That's how I used to take multiple choice when I didn't know the answer or whatever to the question. You just hold your hand out. If A, B, C, or D, dude, fucking smash. Oh, it's definitely C.
I had a dream. This is like a little anecdote from a dream I had recently. I was back in middle school or junior high.
Oh, Booty Rooter got it right. Oh, I hit the glory hole right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he must have been listening. Yeah.
So in my dream, right, you guys might get a kick out of this. In my dream, I was back in like junior high, and there was this kid who all of a sudden he had these magical powers, and he could use them, but he can only use them in a limited fashion. And so one day we're all in the lunchroom, and I look over, and this kid, he's eating lunch with Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell, and he had used his magical powers to like manifest Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell to eat with him and be his girlfriend.
What the hell?
And that's all I can remember from that dream.
You're fired.
I wish I could remember dreams. Kelly Kapowski, Stacy Carosi, Leah Remini. Remember that whole season?
Dude, she's so hot.
Leah Remini was. I do remember.
That was the
Remember that
season
she
where
was
they
Used to be so hot.
yeah, they got jobs at the summer like beach club, and Stacy Crosey's dad owned it. Man, that was a good little.
You hit the glory hole right there.
Well,
And then, dude, they
it's
came
the
out.
glory hole
Remember
right
like that? Do you remember Saved by Bell the college years? How terrible that was. God.
It had some
I
redeeming
missed that
qualities.
one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely watched them all, but dude, I used to watch all that Saved by the Bell. Shit was great.
The only
Back
like
forth.
show like in my teenage years I watched was an MTV one, I think, or no, I don't know if it was MTV.
Road Rules.
But no, it was called My So-Called Life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and then I remember watching like the Fred Savage one growing up. What was it, the Wonder Years?
Wonder Years.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch that. But I mean, the only and I did watch Saved by the Bell. It wasn't religious really, but I don't know. But I remember just some of the night. Yeah, we were talking Saturday morning cartoons last week, but nighttime, yeah, I watched like Cheers. I love that show. That was
Dude, I remember
Thursday nights.
Home Improvement.
If we're talking
Seinfeld.
like late nights, WCIU channel 26 to U in Chicago on every single night. I remember I would go to bed and I'd be watching Gilligan's Island and Leave It to Beaver and then the Munsters. Like they would run those. So it's like I was like 10 years old watching this shit, dude.
Do you remember FLD channel 32?
FLD. Oh yeah, that's just Fox.
It's Fox now,
channel,
but it used to be independent, and they used to have like Svengoolie would be on channel 32.
Oh, but yes, Svengoolie got moved to WCIU. Yeah.
Erwin.
Yep. Svengoolie.
I love Svengoolie.
Yeah. Dude grew up with Bozo. But now you guys didn't. Did you guys have Bozo the Clown?
Yeah,
because
I got a funny Bozo story too.
That was the Chicago only thing, wasn't it? Or was that national?
No, it was national once WGN went into the Superstation mode.
Ah, okay, that's right.
I was gonna say we had Chicago channel here. Yeah. Growing up.
Is that better?
WGN probably. I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I watching Cubs games?
WGN is.
I can watch Cubs games, but I can't watch Indians games. Yeah.
So here's my my Bozo story. My parents, so you could write in and get tickets for Bozo. I never really investigated how, but my parents told us you had to write into the show. You know, they'll send you tickets, it's free. So we always say, oh, we want to go on Bozo. I'm like, we sent away for tickets when you were born because it takes 10 years. They kept telling them. And we believed them, yeah. So, like, all my friends went on fucking Bozo. And I had one friend in particular who actually got to play the grand prize game.
Oh,
buckets.
The buckets.
Yes.
He told me that the last bucket, all the buckets have cotton in them except the last one. So it's rigged.
They have cotton in them, so they stuffed them?
Yeah, so you put your ball into the first bucket. There's cotton in the bottom, so it doesn't bounce out. But if you watch old shows, you'll see the sixth bucket, they just bounce it. Because it's a ping pong ball in a bucket. It bounces right out when you throw it more than 2 feet.
Man.
Oh, wow.
Some people
Booty Rooter says rigged.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, so my parents would always, dangle this carrot. Oh, we're going to get tickets soon. It only takes 9 years or whatever. We never got tickets. We never got to go. And that's not how you do it. You go down there and buy them.
But Jerry,
yeah,
what you can do now is we have a little something called virtual reality. You can go back and relive.
Dude, this was 1974.
Bozo buckets.
VR doesn't go back that far.
Still in his prime.
Yeah, they were all.
Wouldn't that be a good?
Wait.
Wouldn't that be a good? Wouldn't that be a good VR?
Distracting.
To have like a book.
All the clowns were fucking drunks. So you can watch the shows and they're all drunk and they're laughing at each other. There was this shitty magician named Marshall Brodeen. Remember him? I'm Marshall Brodeen and I'm going to sell you my magic deck of cards. Because he had these infomercials, right? And then I'm pretty sure he took over for Fraser Tucker. Fraser? Guy did the Sunday movie show they had.
Masterpiece Theater?
No, that was Channel 11.
Oh, that's PBS. Yeah, Channel 11. Yeah.
But they had another one. I can't remember what it was called, but they had a narrator and showed movies like The Time Machine, the original H.G. Wells one, not the old one. That was a good show. Yeah. He did Marshall Brodeen. No, Fraser Tucker, Fraser something or other. He did Garfield Goose. That guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about now.
I do know who you're talking about, Garfield Goose.
I was invited on Garfield Goose once.
Man, see, I never watched that was before my time, but it's one of those things where a lot of people in the region, they know Garfield Goose gets spoken of.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't exist, folks.
Hey, come on.
Any of you VR developers out there, if you take my idea, Jerry relives lives his Bozo Bucket experience.
I didn't have one.
Not relive it. You get to live it.
I don't want to. I'm not 9 anymore.
This could complete you.
I tell you, I'm already done.
James, have you played any new VR experiences?
I've played a few games. I'm still kind of playing a little bit of the Mage's Tale, which is pretty cool. It's kind of sorcerer-esque. It's pretty fun. And then
Fraser Thomas.
We did get this newer one. It's like it's like a tabletop type situation. It's like a strategy game, and you're like God mode basically, and you take it's called Out of Bullets or Out of Ammo. That's what it's called, and so you're in like a little town setup, and you're above the town. And you have your hands, and you have these gloves on that you see, virtual hands, I should say, and then and it's like you're playing like GI Joes, dude. You take these setups and you perform. You set up for an incoming wave of attack of ground soldiers and stuff, so you can build a tower over here and a tower over there. Like I said, you're like God. You
see your hands. You see your God's hands in the sky doing that.
God hand, yeah, and the God hand is cool because
what do you mean, like God
on your like God. I just call it God mode because you're like this giant standing there, and you have these giant. You don't see yours. So you just see the hand, like all these VR games.
Are they wispy? Are like wispy clouds?
What is your hands?
The hand?
No, they look like power gloves. If you remember the old Nintendo 64 thing, when you have the helmet on, it's a weird sensation at first. You get kind of used to it, but because you're like, I'm moving my arms up. Especially when the screens are loading and stuff, because it's just pitch black. You're like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, your freaking arms are moving, your hands are moving, and you can twist your arm. You can twist a controller. It's called a Move controller. It's just a wand with a globe on the end of it.
I understand, but I understand that. But within the game and the screen, can you see your God hands, your like God hands?
Yeah, your God hands, your like. Yeah, you see the hands, they move around, you can do whatever you want.
Do they got like wrinkles? Do they got wrinkles on them?
Some do.
Are the nails nicely trimmed?
No, they're grotesque. Dirty, like they're playing in the mud. No, but they have
a lot of clay.
You can call in on your left hand, it has like a screen layout, and you can call in like a artillery strike or whatever, a bunch of different things. I don't know. I played that for a few minutes, but I played Creed, the boxing game. It's like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and that's a workout. Holy F. You're swinging that air in your living room like it ain't no thing, dude. I mean, that's a workout. Yeah. You'd be like, you better hope no one walks into the room because they're getting clocked.
Knocking out your kids.
Getting clocked, dude. Like one of my kids are gonna go walking in and be like, "There's an uppercut, boom!" And kids go flying across the room. But I mean, I've already, that's a pretty intense thing. Because at first you're like, I'll just punch him, and then they're like, holy shit, this guy's attacking you, and then you just start going to town. You get inside, down low, a couple uppercuts and jabs. This shit is crazy. I did see some cool new stuff because I mean, that was their first gen VR. You know, they haven't come out with anything new. And I just saw like last week some new prototypes for it and a new controllers, even for like Oculus and stuff. They're getting more like pressure sensitive. So like the fingers and stuff, like you'll actually be able to like grab things and the buttons and stuff will have resistance on them.
It's called tactile feedback.
Yeah, so they're doing stuff like that. The controllers are going to be different. I'm sure they'll have a new helmet with it. It's pretty cool stuff, man.
Pretty soon the cock sleeve will come out.
Yeah, you can slide that ring right around it.
That's right.
One size fits all.
Yeah. And then I can
Let's be realistic here.
just me and Grim can have a pleasure cruise if we wanted to.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's what's happening.
I'm out of this one. I don't want.
That's gonna be the Cruzin with steak pleasure
cruising.
Yeah, come on, man.
I mean,
I'll taste all.
If you can imagine that I can't remember who sang the song.
You can dream it.
Stroke me. Yeah, that's what's going on.
Bobby something or other, right?
Yeah.
Is it the stroke it in the morning?
Yes.
Stroke it.
No,
that's what's going on.
That's a different song.
You're saying plugged in the VR. It's just stroke.
That's the point of the feedback system is you don't have to do it. You can get someone else to do it.
Oh, that's what I mean. We'll be doing it for each other.
Like super advanced.
You can put like a
super advanced.
Just put up your favorite anime character picture instead of the real person.
Oh, geez.
I can't get off to anime.
Princess Noko, whatever is Minoko is Jack.
Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, she's James to put the picture of her up, and you could just imagine her stimulating you.
Or I could put James's face on Princess Mononoke's body.
No, the secret.
I can do that.
The secret move is up, down, left, right, A, B, B, A.
That makes Grim come.
On my weak spot.
Yeah, instantly. I come instantly.
Instant come.
One thing I wanted to say is you should watch Being John Malkovich in your VR headset. That'd be pretty. I did
try watching. I tried because you can
pretend you're John Malkovich.
Well, yeah, you can put on the helmet when you have the PlayStation on, and you can watch anything that's on the screen. So you pull up Netflix or something.
So you could sit in your living room and then go into a virtual living room to watch a virtual TV.
Well, it feels like when you go into the smaller theaters and you're sitting in like the fifth row. That's what it feels like. Like you actually have to like look over.
It gives you that big screen perspective.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Weird.
It's not. The only bad part. It's not like 1080 or anything. It's the resolution.
It's like SD.
Awesome.
It's SD.
Yeah, it's probably like 480 or something. Yeah.
That's weak.
Maybe less than that.
Your eyes hurt after a while, yeah.
I haven't had that happen. I haven't played it long enough for them to hurt. Actually, my feet, from standing like that, it's weird. Like I'll have to put my shoes on. I can't because I have hardwood floors. If I'm just standing on that, yeah, it's like, my feet will start hurting. But
oh man,
you could watch like yoga workout videos through it too.
You could do yoga, VR yoga. Oh, I got a story about yoga. I get a call like Sunday morning.
Not the Cali yoga, right?
No, about this. In one of my buildings, it has storefronts in the bottom, and so one of my tenants is like, "Dude, like it's noon on a Saturday, and like I want to call the cops, but no one's gonna come noon on a Saturday on a noise complaint." It's like, but there's this drum machine or something going on for hours, and I'm like, "What on a Sunday?" Like. And then a couple minutes later, she texted me back. She's like, I said, fuck it. And I went down there and she's like, I walk over to that weird acting place. And I'll explain this in a minute, but, and there's like 10 hippies in a circle banging bongo drums for hours. like, whoa, really?
Who's bongo drums?
I just like this weird bongo session
outside of one of your buildings. Or?
No, below a person's apartment in one of the stores. Like, but then
like an event.
Yeah, they're apparently, and the only thing have known about it is there's this place. It's called like the Lakewood Young Filmmakers Academy, and which is really cool for like my oldest son. He's into making movies, short movies. He makes these movies now, and he's part of the YouTube generation, you know. But I told him though, I was like, dude, if you want to be, you know, a couple of years ago, and I was like, you spend this, you know, any kid today, you know, spends X amount of time watching shit on YouTube. I'm like, screw that, dude. I was like, you make the content, you know. And he actually kind of took the advice and started rolling with it. So he started to make his own stuff. Nice. And he makes these Spider-Man like spin-offs. It's pretty cool. But and he gets my youngest son, and they're filming shit like all the time. They're filming stuff.
Dude, that what was that one? They made that Fortnite video.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Yeah, now they've upgraded the Spider-Man videos. It's pretty cool. I'll send you a link, dude. It's cool.
Yeah, dude, it's good shit.
Web slinging.
But anyway, yeah, you're trying to figure all that out. And what are you doing up? Actually, he's standing right here. Go to bed.
He's like, I knew you're talking about me, Dad.
Yeah.
One little thing here. I remember getting like these or making like little web squirters for myself, and I'd tape them to my palms.
Actually,
I think I had.
Actually, that guy 3D printed me some web shooters for him.
Yeah, dude, he's a great guy.
Nice.
But yeah, he's got all these. He's thinking he can build something to actually shoot and swing off shit. I'm like, that's a movie, bro. Come on, man. Yeah. So, but he thinks he can pull something off. I don't know. He's got
time code.
Anyway. So back to my story, the bongo thing. Yeah, she goes down there, and so that store sub rents out their space. So apparently they were renting it to some yoga group, and then they were having some weird drum circle at the same time. Yeah, so there's my stupid long drawn out yoga story.
Can they sub rent?
Can they make what?
Can they sub? Is this your property?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, well, yeah, no. When they first signed their lease there, they talked about like, oh yeah, you know, we're not going to be here all the time, you know. We were thinking about like sharing the space with some other people that, you know, want to chip in on the rent.
Chip in.
But we never heard anything about it. And they like that was the last I really heard of it until recently, just now, you know, like this whole weird renting it out to this yoga place, and then all of a sudden freaking drum circle going on there. I was like, I got tenants that live here on a Sunday, dude. You can't be.
Yeah, dude. What happened with the reefer stink?
Oh, nothing. I don't know. I sent out in that section. There was guy hits me up, and he's like, dude, I don't know how to approach this, but it's like, dude, every day, all night long, he's like, my entire apartment reeks like fucking hardcore weed. He's like, I don't smoke or anything. He's like, I just, you know, he's like, I just don't know who you know, I just filling up the hallways and it's coming into my place. I'm like, oh, dude. And I really haven't. I've never had a complaint. I've smelled them before for sure, like in certain areas, and certain tenants I know definitely smoke. I mean, shit, half these places I go, if I ever stop by or go into, I mean, they got a bowl or a bong sitting there, and now they have all these crazy new finagled toys like those dab machines and all that stuff. Yeah,
get a good rig.
Yeah, they have these crazy hookups, but.
Dude, you should have just responded to that. Just snitches get stitches. That's all you should have said. Just let it go.
That would have been excellent. No, so all I did was just like, yo, everybody in this section here. I was like, I'm getting complaints of mass quantities of marijuana being smoked. I was like, you guys gotta.
You're such a square.
No, I said, you guys got to at least open a window or throw up a towel or something. And it's kind of where I was like, I don't want it to go any further on any.
Throw a wet towel under that door. You're good to go.
Come on, guys.
Toilet paper roll with some fabric softener.
Some fabric softener. Yeah. Yeah. Used to do that with cigarettes.
we gonna break 5 and have Felix do a little tune?
Hang 10.
Looks like he's. Oh,
Yeah, I broke a string and I just changed it.
Dude, I thought that's what I saw you doing at the beginning of the show. I saw you fiddling around with some strings.
Something real weird happened. It was almost supernatural where I was like playing it just to mic it and everything, and then it went low, and then it just sounded like a real warbly, and then it broke.
Huh. Supernatural indeed.
Something. So I could do a song.
Yeah, let's hear a little tune. Live music by Felix Ortega. SirFelix.bandcamp.com. Go buy one of his albums. Or all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
What other podcast is going to give you live music like this? Come on.
And this might actually be the best sonically performed songs because I'm doing a little something different. Might sound better.
Oh man. See, now you just set the bar too high. That's a risky move you just did there.
It might sound worse.
Yeah, it could just sound awful. So we'll see.
I think it'll sound good.
I'll mute down. You got this. It's all you. You're on the mic.
Okay, this is a song called Nowhere Man by the Beatles. It's fun to sing. I thought nowadays you could relate this song to kind of the NPC meme out there. Do you guys know a little about the NPC meme?
I invented it.
Yeah, dude, we muted down. You can't ask questions when we mute down.
Yeah. Just thought you could relate it like Nowhere Man. And you could also think about like Buddhism and no self and all that as you're listening to this song. Or this song
Beautiful.
just make you think. Might do something for you, this song. It's a good song. I think this is on Rubber Soul. Was this on Rubber Soul? And I think I've mentioned this on the show before that while they were making Rubber Soul, this Nowhere Man song's on it. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys heard Rubber Soul. Like he was in this car and he heard it on the radio and it like blew his mind. And he's like, I got to start making some sounds kind of like where the Beatles are going. So
is that where Pet Sounds came from?
Yeah, he was getting sick of the surfer songs and putting on that facade of songs about surfers.
Plus, he recently, relative to that time period, just gotten a theremin and had been playing around with that too.
Mm-hmm. And he just wanted to do some other kind of sounds. Or maybe, I think it was Strawberry Fields. Is that on Rubber Soul? No. Maybe I got
that on Strawberry Fields, I think. No, it's on the one where they're walking across the street.
Sorry. No, Abbey Road.
Abbey Road, thank you.
One of these albums, this might not even be with the one, but I know there's a story there, and I just wanted to say that. Okay, here we go. Give me thumbs up for guitar. Okay. Again, this is called Nowhere Man. Sorry about the dead air.